Seeing Lin Feng's arrogance, Han Man grinned, "Good brother, but if this person is killed, he will be killed. We will bear the consequences together. Is it possible that I, Han Man, are a coward?" He naturally understood the deep meaning of Lin Feng's killing of Jing Feng. This was to put them aside and keep them out of the way. At this moment, Han Man really admired Lin Feng. A hot-blooded man should have an indomitable responsibility. Yes, we will bear the consequences together. Besides, as long as we are in Yunhai sect, fellow disciples are forbidden to kill each other. Even if Jing Hao knows we killed Jing Feng, as long as we don't leave the sect, he can't do anything to us. This is what happened, Xing Yi said decisively. Remember to count me. Jing Yun smiled, with an extraordinarily beautiful smile. Okay. Lin Feng was happy to have such a friend, and Xing Yi was right. Although Yan Heizong did not restrict the sect's children from doing things outside, there were still restrictions in the sect, otherwise the sect would have been in chaos. Crouching down, Lin Feng touched Jing Feng's body, and immediately took out a book, which was a martial skill. Thunder Sword Technique. With a whisper, Lin Feng turned on the martial arts. Thunder swordsmanship was a high-grade Huang-level martial arts skill. When practiced to the extreme, the sword felt like a thunderbolt, and every sword sounded faintly thundering, and the swordsmanship took an explosive force. Thunder swordsmanship is a martial skill in the Xingchen Pavilion. Both Jingfeng brothers have practiced it. They are very powerful, but they are quite difficult to cultivate, especially to the state where the sword is like a thunderclap behind. Xing Yi yearns to become a sword cultivator, so he has a lot of experience in swordsmanship, and said, "I have also practiced the thunder swordsmanship, but I can't get the point, and the power of using it is limited." Lin Feng nodded slightly. Now he has practiced 3 sets of martial arts. The 9 waves can be attacked and defended. It is essential for the movement to float and swipe the shadows. The sword drawing technique is used to kill with 1 strike. Sword drawing might be a good choice. Are we going back now? Jingyan walked over and asked Lin Feng, and now the group vaguely regards Lin Feng as the backbone. Since you're here, what are you doing in a hurry to go back? Wouldn't it be better to hunt more beast cores? Lin Feng didn't want to return to the sect so early. In Haifengling, he could use monsters to experience himself, and at the same time practice the thunder sword technique, wouldn't it? Just right. The other 3 looked at each other and smiled, and then they all laughed. With Lin Feng here, as long as they don't encounter 2 powerful monsters, there will be no danger. There is really no need to rush back. It would be great if I could exchange some Guiyuan pills. Jing Yun was looking forward to it. Guiyuan pill is a kind of medicine pill that can improve the Chiwu realm martial arts. Only the core can be exchanged for a Guiyuan pill, and it also requires a high-level monster beast core. A ray of light flashed in Lin Feng's eyes. Relying on his previous memory, he also knew the Guiyuan pill. Although he can easily defeat a martial cultivator in the 8th realm of Qi Wujing, his cultivation at the 7th realm of Qujing is still a bit low. If you improve your cultivation, you may no longer be able to fight with Qi Wujing Jiuzhong Wuxiu without relying on sword drawing skills. 5 days later, in the dense forest, the sword Qi whistled, and there was a faint sound of thunder in the space. It was shocking that the sound of the explosion came from the sword Qi. Boom, boom. Where the sword pointed, the tree burst, and the long sword fluttered in the hand of a handsome young man. In 5 days, using thunder swordsmanship to such an extent, this guy is really a monster. Xing Yi, who was watching from the side, showed a wry smile. He was also good at swords, and practiced thunder swordsmanship. He knew how difficult it was to practice thunder swordsmanship, but in just 5 days, every strike of Lin Feng's sword exploded with thunder. This was Daqing's performance. Don't compare yourself to Lin Feng, he is simply practicing swords with this 8th level monster, the clouded leopard. Han Man put his hands on his chest and watched the battle between Lin Feng and the Clouded Leopard. Yes, this guy could directly kill Lu Yunbao, but he deliberately didn't kill it. His swordsmanship was impervious to wind and rain, and even Lu Yunbao, who was good at speed, couldn't escape if he wanted to. Hey! With a soft sound, Lin Feng stabbed Lu Yun Leopard with a sword, and Lu Yun Leopard died instantly. Returning the long sword to its sheath, Lin Feng was very satisfied with the thunder sword technique. If the sword is thunderous, when used to the extreme, its explosive power is definitely stronger than that of Jianglang. At this moment, Lin Feng was standing there, with clear lines on his delicate face. Compared with when he first came to this world, he was a little more resolute and free and easy, and he seemed to have matured a lot. Han Man stepped forward and started taking the beast core again, murmuring in his mouth. His original intention was to train himself and hunt down monsters, but now he has made a special trip to take the beast core, but he is not dissatisfied. Lin Feng, the monsters hunted were all level 7 monsters and level 8 monsters, and it was also beneficial to watch Lin Feng fight with the monsters. Han Man, how many Guiyuan pills can we exchange for our current beast core? Lin Feng asked Han Man, who had collected the beast core up. 12, the least. Han Man's eyes flashed with excitement. They did not expect such a big harvest this time, but thanks to Lin Feng, otherwise it would be difficult for them to kill even a 7th level monster. Exactly, so one person can have 3, and the other beast cores can be exchanged for some weapons or money. If you lack anything, you can exchange it. Now let's go back to the section. Guiyuan Dan is only effective for the first 3 pills for Wuxiu. The first time you take it can have the greatest effect, and the probability of breaking through the realm is also the greatest. The second and third times are more difficult. 3 Guiyuan pills. The 3 of Han Man are very happy. In this case, they will have the opportunity to hit the 8th level of Chiwu realm in a short period of time. The 5th level of Chiwu realm is considered to be the bottom of the section. Among the outer sect disciples, the 7th level of the realm can only be regarded as middle class, and only at the 8th level of the Chiwu realm can one be able to speak in the outer sect. The 3 of them didn't show any courtesy to Lin Feng either. After spending a few days together, they all understood Lin Feng's personality, bold and unrestrained, and tough in martial arts. Let's go back," said. The group walked out of Hafen Ridge. Back at the Guiyuan sect, the 4 of Lin Feng directly exchanged the beast cores, 3 for each of the 12 Guiyuan pills, and also exchanged a long sword for Lin Feng and a battle axe for Han Man. Xingyi took 2 Piyuan pills to strengthen the foundation of martial arts. Obviously, Xingyi realized that his talent was insufficient and his foundation was unstable. As for the things Jingyan exchanged, Lin Feng was a little surprised. Ji and Dan, this kind of medicine can make women more attractive. It is normal for women who practice some evil magic techniques to use this, but Jingyun is obviously not that kind of medicine. A slutty woman, on the contrary, is very simple. Lin Feng didn't understand why she chose Xiandan. "Why are you looking at me like that?" Seeing Lin Feng staring at her, Jingyun couldn't help but blushed slightly and lowered her head. "It's nothing, it's just a little accident, you are already very beautiful." Lin Feng smiled awkwardly and let out a ha-ha. Since Jingyun chose Xiandan, he wouldn't interfere. "Lin Feng, what are you going to do next?" Han Man asked Lin Feng. If there was a chance, he would like to go to Haifengling with Lin Feng again. "Let's improve your cultivation first, and I think it's a little low for the 7th level of the martial arts." Lin Feng responded. Indeed, Yu reading www.yuyukansha.com. We all need to improve our cultivation. Lin Feng, with your current strength, you can go there to practice yourself. Han Man nodded, then pointed to the distance, where there was a huge canyon is the most famous place of Yunheizong, Fengyun Gorge. The 8 pillars Tongtian mountain peaks surround the Yunheizong in the center, while the Fengyun Gorge is in the center of the Yunheizong. It is sunken to the depth of 100 meters. The terrain inside is very complicated, and you can see many scenes in the open field above the canyon, but if you enter the canyon, it will be a different scene. Maybe you are in a forest, maybe you are on a mountain. Yunheizong encouraged the disciples of the sect to practice themselves by fighting. In addition to going to the dangerous Black Wind Ridge, Yunheizong also opened up the vast Fengyun Gorge. When people fight, there is a stage for the strong, and once the weak enter it, they can only be beaten. Therefore, in the Sea of Cloud sect, people who are not at the 8th level of Qi Wujing are generally afraid to set foot in Fengyun Gorge. In addition, there is another place in Fengyun Gorge, called the Platform of Life and Death. As long as you voluntarily step on the platform of life and death are at your own risk. Even if you are killed, the sect will not care. Of course, you can kill others if you are strong. If someone in the sect has a great enmity between life and death that cannot be resolved, then they can step onto the stage of life and death and decide between life and death. There, of course I will go there. Lin Feng looked at the crowd watching around Fengyun Gorge, and there was a different kind of light in his eyes. In the past, Lin Feng only had a cultivation base of the 5th realm of Qi Wujing, and was called a waste. I will only stand above the canyon and look down, envy those strong people who fight in the canyon.